Hey folks, it's Lindsay Hustle with SPS back in the building over at Veg at a downtown Lansing plant-based restaurant, and it is the SPS Show featuring Ethan Boyd. Got my guy Ethan back in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
So good to see you. It's been some time, but we've been staying in touch and supporting each other, and we're back. We want to give a special shout out to Kerry McGee here, and also Sean Elliott as he traipsed the globe and whatnot. But we're here, and it's NCAA March Madness time.
Yes,
Can you believe it's here, right?
Yep.
And some things have been happening. It's been madness already. Shout out to the Michigan-based Oakland University with the big upset over Kentucky. Oh my God, I'm gonna put us up a little bit for you right there too. And you know, it's upsets all around. But you brought up something very interesting, Ethan. And you know that as it relates to your connection to collegiate sports is that the difference between these older teams having more success compared to a lot of the young, soon-to-be one-and-done type guys. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think it's due to the experience that most of the teams have that are left. They hold, and you know, basketball especially, it's a really team-oriented sport. And the more chemistry you have with those guys, the better your team's going to be. Also, like, I don't think the rankings are very accurate. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they're like messed up or anything, but like, you don't know what's inside someone. I saw Purdue's head coach say that the other day, and you know, that stuck out to me. Yeah,
Matt Painter, and they're looking to do really well too. Yeah, man, I think it's right. Jay Wright, 2 national championships, just retired, went out on top. He made this comment that's been circling on the internet about these just because you have a young team like a Calipari will have, and guys who will go on and probably be successful in NBA, does not mean, to your point, Ethan, they can come and they can gel and have the chemistry and the skill set and the knowledge, you know, to be able to do that. But I also mentioned to you off camera, what does that mean for NIL? Because now, what gets a guy to stay somewhere? What gets him to go somewhere? I mean, you know this. You're in that world as well. What does that mean for NIL? The kind of impact it can have on this right now?
Yeah, the impact I think is positive on the game. Like, you got guys like Zach Edey sticking around, and I think NIL, it's a big reason for guys to stick around and not take a shot at the NBA as soon as they normally would have in the past. And you know, I think it raises the talent level, and NIL also brings more balance to the teams, basketball especially, because there's less players. And I just think that's how that's all unfolded over the years so far.
Yeah, it's kind of like the NIL would give what people wanted it to do in the beginning. They thought there were going to be unintended consequences with players just doing things that weren't really helping with their development. But like you said, it gives them more time to develop. That's a better product on the floor. And it's just not what it used to be. It's not going to be, boom, you're going to come in and be this McDonald's All-American. And Cal can do that. You know, he has $2 billion worth of NBA contracts that were on his roster at one point. But it's just showing that to play this game, this college basketball game, it takes something different. To stay on that note about the NIL, you know how engulfed I am with NIL. I've been with you and used this platform to launch the progress. But even with that being said, shout out to Jimmy Wilson Jr., the state representative who is authoring the name, image, and likeness bill and the progress that's happening with your state senator, mine as well, because we're here in East Lansing, Sam Singh in the Senate Oversight Committee. But every time I bring this up to certain people, man, they still just kind of almost have this implosion, Ethan, when I talk to someone about high school name, image, and likeness being here. And then when I tell them, man, we're like the 30th state, they're like, really? So I'm just looking forward to the time, and maybe you can give me some insight on what you think, to where we're going to get past people having this extreme knee-jerk reaction to it, being so upset and being mad for some of them, that is, and talk about, how are we going to move forward to make the most of this?
Yeah, you know, with high school NIL, I'm sure it shocks a lot of people. Like, even myself, it's kind of like surprising, but it makes sense. Like, if someone is 16 and they can work a job and they're like getting views and publicity off their talent, I think they should be able to profit off of it.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you are in that space. You see that every day. I was just over at campus yesterday with the football staff and everything that's going on. It's just like people just seem they're upset that they don't want anyone to either get money or look like they're getting some money. I mean, it's like the kid works really hard. He's doing the right thing. She's doing the right thing. They're a student athlete. All these things are coming, and that's just this vitriol of them being able to have and accumulate something. So one thing I do understand too, and I think is important, you know, the regulation in the sense of making sure that there's a uniform set of laws that people can follow. I'm all about that. I push that, but I just want to get people in the mindset of how this can be something positive and not negative. So talking about the tournament, man, we talking about how these guys are playing, man, but for who's around and what do you think? I just ran into Turkey Man. Everyone knows Turkey Man. Craig, shout out to Craig. He was had his fishing poles, but he said Connecticut. He's feeling Connecticut will get another one. What you think about that?
I know they got a real good coach. I haven't watched much of them this tournament. I like Purdue a lot this year.
Okay. Sticking to the Big Ten. This would be big. It'd be the first time the Big Ten's had a national championship since Michigan State.
But NC State, I like that big guy they got over there.
Yeah, he's getting down. Big fella's getting down, man. And they said he's been balling like that all season. People just start seeing it now with the national coverage that they're getting.
That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with that. It's unfortunate. A lot of your friends, your fellow Spartans, had an early exit.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
How would you summarize the season and going out in round two?
Yeah, I think it was there's a lot of things that they could have done better for sure. I don't know. I don't want to speak.
It's a tough way to go. I get it. Well, I had you here. Yeah, I want to see. I'm looking forward to Coach Izzo doing a press conference kind of end of the season. He has already said he's going to get this team deep into the tournament or die trying. So we know what that's like, man. Well, things are well, man. Spring football is coming around. The weather is changing. The guys are getting out there. What's your outlook as far as just what's happening with the spring and the season's changing and sports changing?
Yeah, it's the weather's getting nicer, which is a lot better. You can go outside, take the dog for a walk, whatever. And then with spring,
it's just a new time right now. Yeah, it's a new season.
Yeah,
put it that way. Well, I appreciate you, man. Well, listen, today is a good day that we get a chance to come here and talk a little bit sports, talk about the things that are happening and going on, and really good to see you to be able to give a positive, encouraging word. Before we get out of here, any positive, encouraging words you want to share?
I'm all set for right now.
Okay, we got Ethan Boyd in the building. He is doing this thing. He's representing so well, and we appreciate you, and I appreciate you sitting down with me. So with that being said, Lindsey Hudson with SPS. We'll see you next time. Peace.